Welcome back, guys. So in this video we're going to introduce you to the world's first diet cake. Yep, I said cake and I put diet in the same sentence. So what this is a great analogy Dean actually came up with to simplify nutrition in a really easy to understand manner, and where the most important parts are, the stuff you have to focus on around mindset, like what's going to change you the most regardless of what your goal is, whether it's fat loss or fat gain or staying the same weight. So the diet cake, we'll put it up on the screen during the video as we're talking about it, and Dean's going to talk about it, and maybe we'll discuss it a bit as we go. So I'll hand over to Dean to introduce you to the world's first diet cake.
Okay, so looking at the screen, what you will see is your cake tin. First and foremost, that is one of the very first things that you need when you're baking a cake. The same with any diet. If it's going to be successful, you will need your very own cake tin. Now, when you're baking a cake, without the cake tin to put all of your ingredients in, if you just put all of those ingredients into an oven, your cake is going to fall apart. Exactly the same with a diet. If your cake tin isn't sorted, first and foremost, your whole diet will fall apart. So what is it that your cake tin is made up of? Well, it is consistency and adherence, basically being able to stick to it.
So at this point I'm going to interrupt. You might want to get a pen and paper. You might want to go back through the other videos and start writing stuff down and keep a pad, because this stuff is really going to impact you. This is a lot of the mindset stuff.
Yeah.
So write this down. Consistency. Get it down there.
So consistency and adherence. So that is basically, they're just like really complicated words for basically just being able to stick to something. Your desire and your why. So they're just the reasons for why you want to make a change, why you've started this whole journey.
There'll be a whole video on these later on as well.
So they make up your tin. So they're the things that hold all of your diet, all of the reasons behind everything, and the success of your diet comes down largely to them in the first place. So that's your cake tin. Once you've got that cake tin sorted, then we bake your cake in the oven. And the picture that you will now see on the screen, that is your diet cake itself. That diet cake is split up into sections, slices if you will. So the slices of the cake represent the importance of that slice to the overall success of your diet. Now, what we'd like you to do is start off with the bigger slices, and once you've nailed those bigger slices and you've eaten them all, then you can move on to the smaller slices.
So for some people this might be weeks, it might be months. You might know the calories and the macros and all the stuff he's going to talk about now, but it's about making this suit you. So some people are still doing just the first stage for months and months and months and years even, and because it's such a big slice, it's going to make the bigger impact on your diet success, so to speak.
So if you have a look at the picture, the really huge slice is just calorie balance. So that is the calories in versus the calories out, something that we go on about over and over and over again, because that's what ultimately fat loss comes down to: calories in versus calories out.
First video.
Yeah. After that, after you've got this completely sorted, only then can you move into the next big slice. So that next big slice that you will see on the screen is what's called your macronutrients. So your carbohydrates, your protein, your fat. We'll talk about fiber in there too, and also alcohol as well. We don't discriminate. Once the macronutrients are done, the next slice is then your micronutrients. So this is your minerals, your vitamins, all of the healthy stuff. After that, we then can talk about things like nutrient time and things like how many meals you should have in a day. And the very final piece of the the very final piece of the puzzle is supplementation. I know that sounds probably a big shock to you, that the tiny slither of this cake comes down to supplementation, probably, but the reality is doesn't make that much of an impact on your overall success.
Even the best expensive supplements in the world don't really do that much.
So that's what's in your face when you open any magazines, or you open Instagram, or you open Facebook or whatever. But the reality is, without all of those other pieces of the cake sorted, they make no difference whatsoever. So over the next series of videos, we'll start introducing the various slices of that cake to help you get a good understanding of what's important for you and how to approach each stage.
Yep.
Chris, anything else?
Focus on the most important parts first. So what is that? Dean's already said it over and over. Calories. Okay, got that right. We're going to be on a really good road to win for your journey if fat loss is your goal. Now, we've also talked about mindset, so we're kind of going to summarize a little bit. We've talked about the outside of the cake. Mindset. You've got to have your mind in the right position first, which we're going to go into in a few videos afterwards. Then it's calories, and then the other stuff will come in the later videos. So don't get worried about what you hear, what you read, what your friends are telling you, because they might have been influenced by the media and the marketing and people trying to sell stuff. I'm losing my words as well today. Sell stuff. So it's kind of like we're almost like pre-warning you or preempting you to the fact that when you say, like, it's okay, I can just track calories for now, people will be like, no, but you've got to do whatever, X, Y, Z, or this diet. Just relax for now. Later on in the videos, we're going to go into details about all that. So is that it for this one?
Yeah, that's it.
We've introduced you to the world's first diet cake, guys.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it, and enjoy your slice of the cake first. Cheers.
Cheers.